So we can entertain, we can talk the talk, but when it comes down to walking the walk, I'm gonna be the one walking away with victory in my hand. So this is an opportunity for me to sprint into the boxing ring, but also I'm preparing accordingly. I'm preparing if I was fighting Canelo. I never said that I am going to continue to box in the boxing ring. Okay. It's never been a one-off thing. I was going to box before I even had this opportunity. Me and my manager, we had already been talking about being a pure free agent and really going and fighting wherever I wanted to, when I wanted to. Not because I own the belt and they need to fill a pay-per-view on the day. Now I gotta fight, injured, ready, not ready, depressed. No matter what, you gotta fucking fight. You gotta defend a strap. There's only so many champions and so many pay-per-view days, and all of them either have a strap or a 5-round fight, right or wrong. So there's been times I've fought injured. I can't remember the last time I was really healthy going into the fight, mentally, physically, and just in a mental state to really go in there and fight with all the bullshit, all the politics. You know? This is a whole new breath of air for me. Like, I'm excited. Like, it's so positive. And yeah, of course, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from the fans. You know, I went from an image and something that was painted and portrayed about me that, you know, a couple times people point out, no, that's not a real, you know, assessment of who Tyron Woodley is. And now it's a completely flip of the coin. So I'm not getting too caught up in that either, because in 5 minutes people can say you the worst person on earth, but at the end of the day, I'm happy and I'm free. And I feel like if you saw me do work when I was just trying to prove people wrong, imagine what it's going to look like when I'm enjoying myself and I don't have to cut that 25, 35 pounds to make weight, and I can just go out there and be strong and free.
Tyron, we've heard you refer to Jake as a culture vulture, and that came up again when you guys were talking up there. You were talking about culture, how you're about the culture, you're questioning his neighborhood.
I am the culture.
What is it about? Can you elaborate on what that means, and what is it? How does that apply to Jake?
A culture vulture is someone that basically takes from the culture and the style and the swag and the look and the language and the appeal and the dress and the attire, and they still got the humility and they're still appreciative. So they my biggest flex. You know?
And do you just feel like Jake has had a lot of things handed to him then? Or
no, I don't. To be honest, can I be real with you? It sounds good. I can tell you this is what you want to hear. Maybe not you, but in general. Oh, he's been spoon-fed and Jake ain't never did nothing. Jake's an athlete. They wrestled in Ohio. His brother placed in state. That's not easy. Ohio is the 4th or 5th best. I recruited. I was a wrestling coach. We go in PA first, then we go in New York, then we go in California, and Ohio is right in there with New Jersey. So to place in that and go wrestle Division I, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Don't let the Disney and the vlogger and I'm just bucket listing. Yeah, he's an athlete and he's really trying to go out there and fight without the pressure by minimizing what he's doing and how he's preparing until we get into the press conference. On the internet, he's like, oh, I'm going to knock out the 5-time champion. Now he's giving me the credit. Side by side, I'm washed up and I'm old, but I'm still faster. I'm still stronger. And I've been hit with everything you can get hit with. And I've also put a lot of people down, world-class Hall of Famers. Not just, I'm not going to discredit anybody, but let's be real. Ben is my dog, one of my good friends. I was there in that place. How many of you guys seen Ben knock somebody out in MMA? How many times have you seen Ben Askren tell you guys that his plan is to knock you out? No, his plan was to wear you out, drain you, make you miss every punch you threw, grab you, put you on the ground, submit you, or punch you out to where you couldn't even breathe. And I've wrestled Ben. He's the only one that can get me tired to the point where I'm like, start questioning your conditioning. That was his recipe. He was always that way. In college, he wasn't the fastest wrestler. I was his teammate for 2 years. I was his coach for 2 years. His game plan was Tyron. Everybody gonna get to my legs. I was not born fast. But when they get there, they're gonna find out what it is. And he created a style of scrambling.
So what is the most that you want to achieve in this? Beyond all this?
Yeah, I'm in boxing now. This ain't a OG, I want to tell you something, because you keep asking me the same question. I'm here. And you're gonna have this microphone by my face a lot, because I ain't going nowhere. But I'm gonna be fighting your real boxers, and they're gonna have a problem to deal with, and it's gonna be me.
So at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, I'm in boxing right now. Okay. He's my first opponent. This is my first. This is your and everybody else's first chance to watch me box.
How's it been working with Eric Brown?
Eric Brown, I've been working with him since 2008. He was the first one to give me a chance. I had guys in St. Louis, Missouri that was training, world champion boxers there. St. Louis is a big boxing city, but they wouldn't give me the time of day. because MMA fighters weren't getting work from boxing coaches. They really didn't take it serious. They saw us as, look like a bar fighter, everybody swinging all crazy, but he took the time. He was training Kid Chocolate in the beginning. He was training Paulie Maggiano, all these guys, but he really gave me the time, and attention since 2008. We trained yesterday. So he'll be there. He'll be in a place to be. Now I come into his world. He said, "Hey, I've been telling you this for years. Now I gotta hold you to it. Your stance, switch it, hands here, move there. No, that punch. Like what I like is coaches know me, and know what I'm capable of. Even on a bag, they wouldn't even let me throw a light punch on the bag. He said that wouldn't have did nothing to anybody. I would laugh at that punch. Put something on it. Put your hips on it. Turn over and squat your legs down. This ain't a joke. This was for real."
And I saw you in there with the legend, James Toney, yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Any pointers did he give you yesterday?
For sure. James Toney, I've been in there with him a lot, but this is the first time, and it's just a respect level of the boxing community. He said, "Coach," he called him Uncle. He called Eric Brown Uncle. He said, "Uncle, you mind if I tell Champ something?" He said, "Yeah." And then Eric said, "Tyron, Champ, what we call it, so many people, Zab Zuder in there, James Toney, Eric Brown." He said, "Champ, you mind if you tell you something?" I said, for 100%, the original shell roller, for sure. And he showed me, I'm not going to tell you what he told me, but it was something so small, but it's so impactful. If I can turn back the hands of time and add that to my MMA deal, I'd have been knocking people out with jabs. And this boxing is not about, that's why they call it the sweet science. They didn't say it's the most complex science. Sometimes it's very simple. In MMA, we waste a lot of energy. And we do a lot of motion for what? What are we doing with it? How did that set my opponent up? How did it put me in position? Can I punch? Anytime coach says stop, wherever I'm at, I'm supposed to be able to throw my best shot as hard as I can.
What's the difference between a UFC training camp and a boxing training camp?
UFC training camp, the boxing component of the training camp was geared towards MMA. Coaches knew the different disciplines. They knew the wrestling that could come forward. They knew the checking the leg kicks. They knew the the position that you wanted to get in, and it allowed you to be square. And it allows you to have your feet pointed this way because you had to defend leg kicks. But boxing, I feel like, is almost like you would never take a butter knife and try to slice through the butter with the wide way, right? You would take this way, and it's the same thing with boxing. Everything's come off being sharp and angular. So for me, years and years of wrestling, years and years of MMA, that's been the biggest adjustment. And, when I'm in that position, when I'm in that stance, I feel good, I feel sharp, everything's cracking, my defense is tight, and we just fixing the small things. It's about the inches, man. We're not trying to run a mediocre marathon. Just throw a zillion punches, you know what I mean? And the coach is bringing the mitt all the way to you, you barely do anything. No, stretch that motherfucker out. You're not sharp. I got to put a hand on it from a distance.
What's the difference between your confidence coming into the fight and kind of a cockiness attitude that Jake might have going into it?
I think he's confident. And maybe I don't understand it, maybe you guys don't understand it, but I feel like he's confident. If it was cocky, he wouldn't be putting in the work. I do believe he's putting in the work.
Are the boxers that you talk to, are they saying, "Hey, get this guy out of the sport"? Are you hearing that?
I'm hearing that from everybody, but all I got to do is hear the voice inside of me and say, "Go up there and turn up." And if you want to see him get beat up, or you want to see him lose, or the MMA community behind my back, they're going to be benefited from that. But I'm not taking that pressure on. I'm not like, okay, I'm trying to go out here and do this for the MMA. I'm doing this for this. No, I'm doing this for me.
It's huge cachet if you win this fight and then enter boxing. Having done that.
I'm in boxing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm in there. It's not if. There's no ifs.
What I'm saying after this, yeah.
I'm at the no level right now. It's no ifs. Yes, I will win. I will knock him out. I am in boxing. You know what I mean?
What is the would be like a dream boxing opponent for you?
Shit, that dude don't look bad. Charlo, what's that? Charlo, Canelo. I think for me, I want to pay respect to the sport. I would like to fight an OG, a veteran, somebody who's been in the sport for a long time. De La Hoya's name got thrown around a little bit. I think it's to enter into somebody's sport. I think you got to do it in a respectful way. I think we fighting seasoned veteran first, and then maybe fighting a current stud. I think that's the way you get the respect. I'll fight him probably a couple times. You know what I mean? Because he's going to be walking around with "I love Tyron Woodley" tattoo on his body. So now he's going to try to get it back, try to get a chance to redeem himself. So we probably going to fight a couple times. And he added a no competition. Who does that when they're confident? You think I asked for that? Now, if you let me rob the bank twice without going to jail, of course. I'm kicking the door in. Give me the brain shark, give me everything. So I really believe that fighting him a few times, fighting an OG in the boxing game, and then fighting the current guy, there's no way you can't respect me now. There's no way you can ever question. That's 4 fights. Put those 4 fights together. You know what I mean? Put those 4 fights together. Now we talking.
There's obvious heat between you and Jake. But back in Miami, we saw Mama Woodley and Jake's mom. You guys, they embraced. What'd you think of that?
What they got smoked for? You know what I mean? They're going to fight each other. They're going to face off and score their dreams. And my mom wanted to say the same thing. So they're kind of really the same. So they ain't got nothing to do with me and Jake, though.
No. What do you think of the fight, though? What does she think of you fighting Jake? After seeing you become UFC champion and all that, what does she think of you now fighting
she loved the idea of me constantly becoming a trailblazer. I'm the original. Make sure I go check out Champ Camp. It's a whole movie right now. Champ Camp episode 2 and episode 1. Catch up if you ain't there. But you look at the storyline behind it. Look at the family that's involved. My ex-wife flew my kids in the training camp because I say I can't leave. I'm locked in. I canceled all my gigs. I canceled my UFC gig on the desk. I canceled these photo shoots. I canceled going to my buddy's thing in Vegas I promised him I would go to. Now this war. This ain't no play. So I asked her to fly my kids in because I need them. They're a big part of why I fight for. They're a big why in everything I do, and I needed to see them. And they was there and they saw what their dad was doing. You don't think that's going to inspire a kid? My kids are athletes. They're conquerors. You know what I mean? Like, so at the end of the day, when you really think about what we doing this for, it's clear what I'm doing it for. So my mom, yeah, she supported it. She supported everything I've done.
Tyron, did you get a chance to watch Anderson Silva fight Leo Chavez?
Yeah, I saw the highlights of it.
Yeah, what'd you think of that? I mean, he did a pretty darn good job.
Well, Anderson, once again, he's always been able to box. Remember a long time ago we was talking about him boxing versus James.
Right.
I really just like to see the OGs get the respect they deserve. I like to see him at the top. You know, he's outside of John Jones. You know, I think him and Demetrius Johnson, in my opinion, are right there. You know what I mean? Maybe Cejudo after that, because Cejudo did it so quick. You know, he was cringy, and guess what? He did it fast. You know what I mean? So when you look at the GOATs of the sport, and it's hard to be a GOAT in the sport. You got to deal with the father time. You got to deal with the different backgrounds. You got to deal with the different elements. You know what I mean? Everybody's not 100%. We got life too. We normal like everybody else. You know, we go through depressions. We go through bad situations. We go through, fucking injuries and bad health, and we still got to turn up. No, y'all don't care if we injured. Y'all don't care if our ankle sore or if we had a divorce or free. Y'all don't care. Y'all want to see what? And we got to give it no matter what.
Do you think there's going to be more guys like you who would maybe say, like,
not many guys like me?
But from the standpoint of, like, looking at the money that's available in boxing, and when their contract is
up in the UFC, I think there's a lot of opportunists that are looking at the opportunity to think I'm running the snag in the bag real quick. I really earned this. Karma is real. I put myself in a position. I may not have got the similar situation in an organization where I did the most, where you guys know me from, but I've been putting seeds in the ground since I started this. And my intent has always been pure, to show people it's possible to glorify God and to go out there and just use my talents and ability and have people like, what the fuck just happened? And that's what they're going to say August 29th.
Who do you got on the Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. fight?
I don't know, man. I'm really off the grid, man. I'm sent out the way. I ain't got nothing to say about Connor's fight. I ain't got nothing to say about Errol Spencer. All I got something to say about is my fight. You know what I mean? So when people talk to me, I want to talk about August 29th. I don't really want to talk about nothing else.
What did Floyd Mayweather tell you about your fundamentals as a boxer now?
I mean, he told me certain aspects he was very impressed with. He's very surprised. His coach echoed it and said, man, I can't tell you because I'm going to be utilizing the mess out of it. But he was like, man, his game in this area is crazy, man. I understand why. I put a lot of mental pressure on people. Like, you open up, my eyes are opened up super wide, but you can tell when I'm looking at you, when I'm coming for you, and I'm hunting you down. And that's going to transition well into, boxing from MMA. And fundamentally, it's still a lot of stuff I got to work on. A lot of stuff I got to work on. A lot of stuff that MMA coaches allow you to get away with for a long time. And when you spar other MMA guys, like the techniques of the striking, they want you to be crispy, but they're not gonna turn everything over, hand up. Like, we do crazy shit. We doing a spinning back fist. You turn your back to somebody, just spin in a circle and hope to land it. You know what I mean? Who's gonna sit there and try to be overly crisp on your 1-2?
Jake wasn't impressed that Floyd Mayweather was. You weren't in the gym with Floyd Mayweather. What did you make of his reaction when?
Jake's not impressed. Jake's impressed with everything. He's fighting me because he impressed. How would I elevate him if he's not been impressed? Let's just point out the facts. So what I'm gonna say to that is, I'm about to say anything. Show me. On August 29th, you're gonna have a chance to show me.
Who would you like to fight next?
I would like to fight him now.
Yeah?
That's kind of no disrespect, but I feel like that's great for you guys, and it's dope to be so confident you already passed them. But let's be real. What happens if I don't show up to this fight?
You will.
Yeah, I will. I'm just saying. But everything counts. Even if I'm on the phone too late at night, I'm scrolling too much to Instagram, I'm thinking too many negative thoughts, I'm thinking too far beyond my opponent. Any one of those things can take me. I need all my focus pure, dedicated to this mission.
So true. And
So I haven't thought about that. Sorry, I didn't answer your question.
That's okay.
I haven't had a chance to think about that yet.
Okay. Oh, thank you. But hopefully you do win this fight. But just in case you don't, where do you think you'll put the tattoo?
I'm not gonna get a tattoo.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I think I got my last tattoo I'm getting.
Awesome.
They don't feel very good, especially when you wondering like, is this something I really want to have at 99 years old? So
Exactly.
I'm going to win this fight, so we don't have to worry about the tattoo.
Exactly. And what message would you like to give to your kids and all your loved ones watching you fight?
You know, my kids and my loved ones watching me fight, just know that everything is possible. You know what I mean? If you got God by your back and you know you really got faith on your side, then you can do anything. Like, nobody can tell me I can't do anything. I've done TV, movies, television shows, podcasts, music, fighting, won world championships, NCAA All-American, Big 12 champion, first in the school history, state champion, high school All-American, scholar athlete, strength and conditioning All-American. I've done it all.
You're only gonna go up
Entrepreneur,
from here.
yeah, I'm going up, and I'm gonna be a boxing world champion. Watch what I say. I'm going for a belt in boxing too. Let's put that out there. I'm going for a belt in boxing. I'm not here for play.
What did Floyd exactly work on you with? Like, what? Did he focus on anything in particular?
I mean, a lot of people watch these videos. It's kind of difficult for me to just say that because I don't want people to, try to come. Even yesterday when I was doing the media thing, they were videotaping me then, just trying to even from just doing shadow boxing for a damn trailer. It only take much. When I watch the video, I can pick out something. They may not be big to the person. They may have put it out there and they don't show much, but to me, I'm like, he's gonna keep doing it. And I've done that before. I did that in Darren Till fight. He did something on the countdown and he kept doing it. When you tired and you cut weight, you're gonna do what? Go to what you know. I saw him do something that's why I knocked him down. I knocked him down based on exactly what I saw in the video.
Cool.
T. Wood, if you don't knock out Jake Paul, will you be disappointed?
No, I'm not going to be disappointed, but that's the goal. You ask me what my prediction, what I think. I'm going for the knockout. If I don't, it's going to be 8 rounds of him getting beat up. So either way it go, it's a performance base. The outcome I can't be performance. I mean, I can't be outcome centric. I can't control it. I can control if he fall down from the heart, but he gonna get hit with the punches. I believe that these punches I'm gonna hit him with is gonna put him down. So if I don't knock him out, it's gonna be a great boxing show. You're gonna see me. You guys are gonna really respect me as a boxer, not an MMA crossing over for a bag. And I feel like it's gonna just open up a lot of doors for me.
After you beat Jake Paul, you gonna call out Logan?
No, I really ain't got smoke with Logan. Actually, me and Logan was kind of cool. That's probably how Jake got my damn number. They try to prank me, but no, I'm not gonna call out anybody. I'm just gonna enjoy this moment, man. It's been a long time for me. I've been in this sport for a long time, and there's very few times I stopped and just took a deep breath and said, "Man, I'm blessed, Lord." Like being thankful and just being in that moment. So I'm gonna train hard. I'm gonna do everything just to live in that moment afterwards. And after that, I'm guaranteeing there's gonna be so many opportunities that present itself that I didn't even think was possible, that I'm gonna just capitalize on them.
Thank you.
Given his entrance into the fight game, what can he do in his career? Is there a certain number of fights where people can take him seriously? Do you have thoughts on that, considering how he enters?
I think it's dangerous not to take him seriously. I think the way he's been able to be victorious in his last 3 fights is downplaying the fact that it is a fight and getting people to really look at him as a YouTuber. And I feel like right now he has my attention as a serious opponent. I'm preparing for him actually probably harder than some of my world title fights. So that's really for the people to dictate. But for me as a person and someone that's going to be standing across the ring from him, he already got the full-fledged attention from me.
You mentioned during the press conference that you guys will be competing at a catch weight. Why was that the negotiated weight, not a specific weight, or how did that come to terms for the two?
I mean, he about my size, like weight-wise, so I wasn't too worried about it. Like sometimes when we cut weight. I weigh 205, 200 pounds, and I cut all the way down to 170 just so we can blow back up together the next day. Why wouldn't we say, you want to fight me? Yeah, I want to fight you. How much you weigh? Cool. Let's just fight. Why? It's one more component that we add to the fight by cutting weight that is good. I liked it because it distracted me. Instead of overthinking the fight or overthinking if I was prepared, I had to cut weight. So my focus was on that the whole fight week, and by the time we weighed in on Friday, it's one more day. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like a situation where, I'm not too worried about the weight. You know what I mean?
Lastly, I remember the call-out kind of started after the Ben Askren fight. I went to a UFC luncheon with you about Ben Askren before. Did you guys kind of have something in your mind then that maybe this is a fight I'd be interested in after Ben Askren?
I was there for my dog. I don't steal moments. I was there for my homie, and I was there to make sure that he had whatever he needed, and then those things just transpired and made people want to watch. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Let's take you this way.